Hi guys, today I have something really amazing for you. If I would have words to describe this cheesecake, then I would describe it, but it's so good I cannot literally find any words to describe it. I love the peanut butter and jam flavor, and this cheesecake is just taking it to a whole another level. I hope you're gonna like it as well, and let's get started with the recipe. First, I'm making my homemade jams for the cheesecake, but you could also use a store-bought. What you want to do is to add the berries and the sugar and vanilla to a pot and allow them to simmer over medium heat until the jam has thickened. And you can test that like I'm showing here in the video. Then you want to allow it to cool completely. For the cheesecake, I have some cookies here. I'm using whole grain cookies, and then you just want to crush the cookies until you have a fine crumb. Then you want to melt the butter and allow it to cool slightly. Then we are adding the butter to the cookie crumb, and the best way to mix everything is really with your hands, because that way you can cover all the cookie crumb with the butter. So really take your time and mix through until all the cookie crumbs are covered with the butter. And then you want to test, you want to take a little bit of the cookie crumb into your hand and squeeze it really hard. If the ball that it forms stays together, then it's perfect. Otherwise, add a little bit more melted butter. Then I have my springform mold, covered the bottom with some parchment paper, and I'm adding about half of the crumb to form the bottom. You want to just press the crumb like I'm showing here with your hand into the base to form the base for your cheesecake. Once you've done the base, you want to add the rest of the cookie crumb, spread it evenly along the edge, and then also make the edge for your cheesecake. As with the base, you want to press the cookie crumb against the side of your baking tin to form the sides for your cheesecake. And then just check the base again, as there can be some loose crumbs. And then for the time we are making the filling, we want to chill the base in the fridge. So I have here my cream cheese, sugar and vanilla in a bowl, and I'm gonna mix it with a hand mixer for about 2 to 3 minutes until it's nice and creamy and soft. Then you want to add the eggs one at a time, and after each egg you want to whisk for about half a minute to a minute, or until it's well combined. After adding in the eggs, I'm also adding in the creme fraiche and again whisking for about 30 seconds until combined. After the creme fraiche, I'm adding the main ingredient of the cheesecake, the peanut butter. I'm using a crunchy peanut butter, but you can also use a smooth peanut butter. What is really important is that the peanut butter is really nice and soft, like I'm showing here. Then adding in the peanut butter and whisking again until the peanut butter has combined. And then the last ingredient that I'm adding is all-purpose flour. I'm sifting in the flour, and after that mixing again until the flour has fully combined. What I also like to do after I've finished mixing is to grab a spatula and fold through the bottom to check that everything has actually combined. Then you want to grab the baking tin out of the fridge and add in the filling. Smoothen the top nicely with the spatula, and then we only need to add the jam before the cheesecake is going to be baked. So if you're using a store-bought jam, this is the consistency you're looking for. It should be a really thick jam. Then I'm adding 3 big teaspoons of strawberry jam and also 3 big teaspoons of blueberry jam over my cheesecake and marbling it with a wooden skewer. You could also use any other jam of your choice. Then I'm gonna bake the cheesecake, and all the details for baking the cheesecake and a complete recipe can be found down below in the description box. Once your cheesecake has been in the oven for 50 to 60 minutes, you want to check on it. You want to shake the cheesecake, and if the cheesecake is still a little bit wobbly in the middle but the sides have set, then it's ready. Turn off the oven and place some oven mitts or something else in between the door and leave the cheesecake in the oven for another 30 to 40 minutes. I have a little trick here for you for getting the cheesecake out of your springform mold. It's really hard to lift the sides upwards because of the form of the cheesecake. So you want to place the cheesecake on something. It can be a cake stand or a sturdy jar or something like that. And then you can just remove the sides like this. Another little tip, I would suggest you remove the cheesecake into room temperature about 15 minutes to half an hour before serving. That way the cheesecake is at its creamiest. Enjoy! I have been wanting to make this cheesecake for such a long time. I really love the peanut butter flavor, and I love peanut butter and jam sandwiches, and I really wanted to put that into a cheesecake, and I was literally blown away how good it came out. And I wish I could give you a piece through the screen to try, but we are not that far with the technology yet, so what you will have to do is to grab the recipe and just make it, and I promise you are gonna love it. Also, if you love creamy cheesecakes, then I have a lot of different kind of recipes. I have a delicious lemon meringue one, I have delicious strawberry cheesecake recipes, and a chocolate one that is just indulging, and many others. So we'll link those for you as well, so you can have a look at those. Also, I'm kind of thinking of the next flavor. One is a Snickers cheesecake, so that's something I'm gonna make soon. But if you have any ideas, then let me know in the comments below, and I'm gonna note that down for myself. If you enjoyed this recipe, then don't forget that thumbs up for support. And also, if you're new to my channel, then you can subscribe right now, and don't forget to tap the bell so you won't miss any of my new recipes. Thank you for watching my video. Bye bye until next time.